Hi, it's Melinda from Hoping There Was None. I'm coming on to talk about triggers. Well, who am I? Well, this is my page. I come on to talk about not only my story, but also share stories from others that have had maybe an abuse in their past, or perhaps they've had some sort of other emotional traumas. So I wanted to come on and talk about triggers. This has been something that's come up today, or actually over the last few days, and I wanted to discuss it just a little bit. So, what are triggers? Now, these are usually some sort of painful memories, some kind, it's something that just resurfaces. It could be, gosh, anything. It could be related to a car accident. It could be related to something that's a health condition, something that happened in the hospital. Well, let's talk about COVID, all that. Well, I don't really want to talk about that, but that's something. People might have more of a issue with germs, things, food. There's just a gamut. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So, what triggers these triggers? And what the heck, what is it? It can happen out of the blue. Let's just start with that. So, you might be this painful memory, this memory might pop up for you, and sometimes maybe it's not an unpleasant memory. Maybe it's something that you smell, that you taste, that a certain sound. No, those can be perhaps of a loved one that's passed. Okay, maybe you smell their cologne or their perfume. Apple pie or some kind of baked goods might trigger a memory back from your grandparents or your mom or dad. Do you know what I mean? There can be music that comes on and you're reminded of jamming out with your friends when you were in high school or grade school. So we have those happy triggers. They're not all bad. There are some good triggers out there. There are some things that, just cause us maybe to smile or giggle a little bit because they bring back such fond memories. Then we have those triggers that are those memories that are can really rock you in your shoes there. You could be, again, it could be a touch, it could be sound, it could be a smell, it could be taste. These are a little bit different. It could be bullying. Perhaps you have somebody that has, I do have some notes, I'm looking over here, feeling like you've been abandoned. You might have a special date that comes around, or maybe a holiday that comes around, finances. So these are things that might be able to, or excuse me, that might, yes, they might be able to trigger some sort of response with you. Now, sometimes you don't even realize that you have this. You might, like I said, you have no clue. I didn't know. So what it can cause is it can cause health issues, maybe a flare up, the fight, flight, fawn, and freeze response. You could be crying, emotional, anger. You could feel depression. You can have panic attacks. So these are things that might happen and you might not even realize it. You might be like, where did that come from? What the heck was that? I just listened to a podcast and it was about chocolate cake, and all of a sudden now you have this emotional roller coaster and you're not even sure why. So stopping, taking a deep breath and recognizing it. Okay, recognize that you have whatever it was. You might just want to confront your issues head on. I know I'm like a bull in a china shop sometimes. When I get these feelings, I just wanted to heal and be done with that. But give yourself some grace, give yourself some time and patience in order to heal. You might need to do some self reflection, observe what you're feeling, how it is impacting you. Are you crying? Are you angry? What are the emotions? What are those feelings that are bubbling up when these painful memories or these memories come up? What does that look like for you? Are you hyperventilating? Most of the time when I heard Green Day, I would have a panic attack, especially a certain song that my eldest son, used to love to listen to, Road of Broken Dreams. And so that would really be a trigger for me, where at my very first time I had a panic attack, of one of many, but that song was playing, and I had no idea because I'm kind of humming along with these words. I'm one that makes up lyrics as I go along, so I had no idea. It's like, why can't I breathe? And I was really freaking out. I was actually a receptionist at the time at a law firm. I had to excuse myself to the bathroom. I said, hey, I'm just going to the bathroom. I'm crying. I can't breathe. I can't catch my breath. And I'm wondering what the heck, until it dawned on me, like, it's the song. So I had to take a minute, do the five, the count of five, kind of bring myself, my awareness back to, okay, it's the song. Okay, I'm safe. Okay, it's in a room. I miss my son. So I mean, it wasn't a traumatic like I'm scared kind of panic attack. It was one of trying to remember my son and just the memory of him. And it wasn't painful. Well, it was painful. It just hurt my heart because I missed him so much. But it wasn't like, it was different than what my ex is. So I encourage you just to have that self reflection. Why are you being triggered? Is it a very painful memory? Is it a traumatic memory? What the heck is it? So observe that, process, self reflects, grieve if you need to as well. So if those feelings come up and you need to cry, cry. If you need to shout, shout. If you want to be angry, fine, be angry. Or maybe you push yourself into maybe not angry. Instead of that, maybe you can't be angry. Well, dive into some work, dive into some drawing or journaling with any of this. Write it down or talk to a trusted friend that might be able to help you as you dig forward and through these triggers and these emotions. Again, don't just deep dive and just say, I'm going to hit them all. And, you know, whatever comes up, process as slow as you can, process one at a time. And there was an urgency for me to heal, but I had to realize the more I steps, the more I really started to dive into the healing. I recognized that afterwards I was feeling pretty yucky. I would feel really sad. I would feel very depressed. I might binge eat or emotionally eat. There were different things that I was doing. I was kind of snapping, and there were things that I know I was doing that was impacting my family and going forward as well. My health issues that would trigger a health flare up where I would just feel lay on the couch for days, being one, a little sad and depressed, but also my body would ache, physically ache and hurt. So those can also manifest as well. Just throwing that out there just to take it easy, be safe, give yourself some grace. And if you need to talk, by all means, message me privately. I am happy to do so. I'm happy to hold space for you. We never have to talk again, but if you just need to talk that one time, that's fine. Like I said, message me privately. My telephone number is 219-819-0608. That's my cell number, 219-819-0608. If you want to text me, if you want to leave me a voicemail or call, by all means, please do. Just let me know if you're texting me that, hey, Melinda, I saw your video on Facebook, or I heard of you from a friend of a friend, because sometimes I get messages for people, or I get hang-ups. Please don't hang up. My husband's starting to think that maybe I'm having an affair, and I'm not. So if you really want to talk to me, I know people get like a little afraid. They might hang up real quick and leave me a message, or if I answer, please talk to me. Really, I don't bite. But that's Melinda signing off. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you for tuning in. Listen to the podcast as well. Hope When There Was None. I'm on Spotify, I'm on Apple, whatever your favorite listening platform is, and leave me a review. Share some of these videos, but not only mine, but others as well. The more exposure we have about emotional traumas, domestic violence, the further we can spread the word that this is a thing. This doesn't have to be in silence, that we can heal and help others heal as well. And that I'm here. Thanks again for tuning in. Stay safe. Bye.